So please state your name and occupation.
Well, good morning, Austin. My name is Stephanie Kirk, and I am the 8th through 12th English Language Arts teacher at Ruth Finn Ayrshire High School.
I have been asked to interview somebody with effective communication skills, and in my opinion, teachers have very strong communication skills, so I invited you to this interview.
Thank you.
Let's begin with the first question. What do you think is the cause of most conflicts?
In my experience, the cause of most conflicts is usually either miscommunication or misperception. Somewhere in there, both parties didn't hear or basically what I see is they will get hearsay, they will take off from the hearsay, and then start miscommunicating. Or somebody will say something and they're already thinking about their rebuttal and they didn't hear what the person said, and it has started a conflict.
Okay. Question 2. Do you think many people possess conflict resolution skills?
I think they once did. I'm really questioning that in today's society for the simple fact that I don't think that it's taught as much as what it was. I don't think parents have strong resolution skills. Therefore, their kids are not getting it. They're only getting it in certain places. And so we've kind of become a society where we want our opinions heard, but we're not willing to listen to others. And so therefore, there's that breakdown there.
Okay, question 3. What do you think is the most important skill in conflict resolution?
Empathy. I think being able to just take a breath and to be able to back away and just listen. Don't think about your side of it for a second, but be able to listen to what the other person has to say. We don't have empathy, and we don't have strong listening skills.
Okay, question 4. Do you think that you have taught these skills to your students, and if so, do they handle these situations in a way that you would like them to?
I try. I'm not going to be the one to say that, I do this all the time, or I try. I've had multiple opportunities in the classroom where I can see it starting or it has already started, and I bring everybody back in, and it takes a lot to get them to sit down and to be quiet, to listen to the other sides. One of the things I do try to accomplish in the classroom is just making sure everybody is listening. And so, in my opinion, I try to do it. Do I think I do it at the best? No. Could I be better at it? Yes. But it is something that I'm conscious about, and it is something that I try to do with my students. I at least try to model it so that they see another grown adult doing those things.
Yeah, for our final question, what is the most important thing that should be kept in mind when diffusing a conflict?
That's actually a really good question. I don't know the most important thing. I just know from past experience as a police officer going into a teacher, I really have to look at the surroundings. That's the first thing that I pay attention to because a conflict can escalate in seconds. And so I'm always on the lookout for a physical fight that's going to happen through it, or screaming and yelling. And so, that's a really good question. I try to watch the situation. I try to look to see where the kids are, where the adults are. It's just inbred in me that I always know where where the exit is in the room. So I know if I've got to get kids out because of a fight, a conflict, or if things are getting too heated, I know where to push people out or where people are going to come in to help. So I don't know that I've necessarily answered your question, but that's just kind of what I have to keep in mind when there's so just to expound on it, like in my classroom, which you're familiar with, I kind of know who's where. And if one person's up at the front and one person's in the back of the room, I have to keep that in mind when they're verbally having a conflict, or even sometimes when it's a silent conflict where they'll come in. You've seen students come in where you know that they've been angry they came in from the morning or they came in from another class. So knowing those exits and knowing where they're going, and I don't know that I answered that question very well for you. Is there something else that you were thinking about when you asked that question that I didn't touch on?
Not necessarily, but I believe that answer would suffice.
Okay. All right.
Hey, thank you for letting me interview you.
Well, thank you for choosing me.